This book contains names and stories of First Nations people who have passed on. At times, it also covers issues of a sensitive and traumatic nature. These are voluntarily shared by First Nations AA members active in recovery from alcoholism, using the 12 steps of AA and supporting others to do the same.
Hello, my name is David, and I'm an alcoholic and a Yorka Dara Warranty man. I started to drink when I was about 8 years old. Not alcoholic beer, but I would have a few sips from my dad's bottle of wine, and he would eat a shandy when we were in a pub. Dad's drinking took me on some geographicals around Australia to places like Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide, Brisbane. We slept in parks and gardens. The church on Redfern Street. Redfern, this is where a lot of Aboriginal people would meet up and have a feed and sleep and of course drink. We also went to squats in King's Cross in Sydney, Musgrave Park in Brisbane, and Whitmore Square in Adelaide. It was not good when I was about 8, 9 and 10 years of age. It was scary most of the time being in places, seeing my dad get drunk and start to fight with other men. It wasn't until I went back to my mum's place in Shackleton, Victoria, where I saw my uncle and aunties and even mum drinking a lot. I started school. I was bullied a lot from the other kids and regular people. When I was old enough to leave school, I left, and then mum said, go out and meet your cousins. All of them were drinking, smoking yardy, sniffing petrol, getting into trouble with the police and going into youth training centres and eventually into the adult prison system. So what did I do? I joined in. Now, I'm not sure if this was because my dad's drinking or my mum's drinking and me seeing it all the time, but I just started to do the same thing. This went until I moved to Melbourne when I was 17 years old and met up with my children's mother. Now, I'm not proud of myself one bit. In fact, I was like a moral dog. I started to hurt my kids' mother physically, emotionally, financially, and mentally. This went on for a few years. It was disgraceful. All this woman wanted to do was look after me, feed me, have my children, and I treated her like dirt. So I first stopped drinking back in 1985 when I became sick mentally. I suffered very bad anxiety attacks because of my lifestyle being unsafe with the things I was doing. In the early 80s, the world was hit with the AIDS virus, and I said because of my lifestyle, I thought I had contracted this virus because of having unprotected sex and using drugs intravenously. I went to the Badge Hospital in Melbourne. I got this very bad pain in my head. I asked the doctor if he could give me something, as I was very anxious and was scared. I was scared. The doctor said that he couldn't give me anything until something happened to me. So after about 5 hours, I became good, but was very sleepy, and I told the doctors I couldn't go home. That night, the doctor asked how many smokes I smoked, and like most alcoholics, I lied to him and said I only smoked about half a packet, which was a lie. He said, why don't you stop? So I did, and haven't had a smoke now for 35 years. I gave up drinking the night my oldest son was born on the 26th of October, 1995. But because I thought I had this virus, I would not touch him or get close to him. I thought I was going to die, so for the first 12 months I wouldn't touch or feed him or change his nappy, nothing. Then around 1997 I picked up a drink again, and it took all the irrational thoughts away and the anxiety away. I felt like I was 10 feet tall and bulletproof. I was off drinking again. I was out of control. It was horrible. I drank for another 2 years, out of control, went away on my kid's mother and not being responsible as a father or partner. One night in Shackleton, I was drinking with my family, cousins, uncles, aunties, and I went into a blackout. I was standing up and I thought I saw an uncle hit his girlfriend. I didn't say anything, but the uncle said to me, what? And then he stood up and I smacked him in the face, and he fell towards the kitchen bench. His head just missed the end of the bench, If he had hit the bench, it would have killed him that night. I would have woken up in the Shepparton police cell charged with the murder of one of my uncles. This disease is very cunning, baffling and powerful. When I went into blackouts, I said to myself, wow, this ain't too bad. This drinking, oh my God, I could have killed one of my uncles. So the next morning, I woke up on my sister's floor and said to myself, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going back to AA. That was on April the 12th, 2000, just over 20 years ago. Since I had my last drink, it was hard at first, but most of all, it's been great and worth it. I go to meetings and more meetings. I do at least 6 to 7 meetings a week. I have to. I need to and I want to. I need to be with the sober people at AA meetings. My life has been great one day at a time. I've been overseas to Memphis, Graceland, Chicago, Las Vegas, Los Angeles. If there is anyone reading this for the first time and having a look at AA, this fellowship works and it will still work and it will work for you just like it has for me. But you have to stop drinking for it to work and you have to be completely honest with yourself. That's when you drink and drug, the result is always the same. If nothing changes, nothing changes. And the best is still yet to come. Yours in recovery and sobriety, David D.